We were interested in using the scanning pens because of an introduction to them from our learning support teacher. Over the last 2 years we've had a particular interest in dyslexia, and we've gone for Stockport's dyslexia friendly mark. So we've been doing a lot of work about resources that will help all children access the curriculum, and so that their special educational needs don't hinder access. So when these were introduced to us, we were quite keen to try them because it meant that they could access age-related texts quite easily and independently.
At the start of the trial, we had 3 students in mind who were dyslexic girls who struggled with reading in Year 5 at the school. I noticed when they started using it after a bit, they were more confident in reading, so they accessed a wider range of books. They could read something more complicated than they could read without it. So it put them more on a level playing field with their peers.
I couldn't read that well with big words, and it was quite a struggle because the books that I wanted to read had so many big words in it. The pen definitely increased my confidence. Now I can read the books I really want to read, and it's just helpful knowing that I can read the books that I want to, not just moving backwards a step that I can already read.
I was an assessor for the Dyslexia Friendly Award, which this school has recently achieved. So when we came in to see if they met the criteria, we noticed that those 3 girls in particular were struggling with some of the texts in class. So in a way, the reading pens have helped bridge the gap between what we saw then and what we can see now. So it's really helped them.
Before I had the reading pen, I wasn't that confident with reading these big ginormous books that all my class could read, but I really wanted to read them. But then when I got the scanning pen, I realised I could read bigger books like all my classmates. It makes me feel happy just knowing that I can just go and get the scanning pen and just go over it, and then it wouldn't make me feel as anxious inside when I was reading.
One of the pupils took the pens home to investigate with parents, and then the child was able to come back and teach the other children how to use them. Also actually taught the TA how to use them, which is shared learning. But the parental feedback was interesting because parents were then saying that they thought they would be useful for their older children who were at secondary as well, coming up to exam time. You know, siblings who had educational needs benefited from trying them at home as well.
Before the reading pen, you would have to put your hand up, or you might just skip the word out, but the reading pen helps a lot because you can just go over it and then read it, so you won't have to disturb the teacher or anyone else. The scanning pen did increase my confidence a lot because now I can read bigger books more than smaller books.
Following using the pen with the children I've worked with, I'd be more than happy to recommend it to other schools around the country.
I would definitely recommend the pens to other schools that I work in now. I think it's really helped the 3 girls. I think certainly for Year 5 and 6 pupils it really helps them gain the independence.
After using the scanning pens, I'd recommend them to schools to certainly try for their children who have dyslexia or processing difficulties, because it just leads to greater independence. I think also it's just another strategy to give to children.
Thank you, Scanning Pen.